It's one of the great scenes in all of sports.
Ready.
Into the wall, there's contact.
500 miles.
3-car battle. Unbelievable. Side.
31 cars are lined up on pit road. The fans are piling in. The excitement is building up. The teams are ready. The crews are ready. And that can only mean one thing. It is time to start a brand new season of the Alpine Stars NASCAR Cup Series C Racing. We're live from Daytona International Speedway, getting ready for the Daytona 500 and the 61st running of this historic race. We're live over here from the NASCAR on CRN booth. Hello everybody, my name is Jack Roberts, alongside my great co-host Scott Miles and Car Speed. Good afternoon everybody, I'm Scott Miles and I'm Car Speed, and we're here at Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida for the start of the 2019 Alpine Stars NASCAR Cup Series season. This is the first time the Great American Race has been put on the schedule. 31 cars have come to take the green flag, but when it's all said and done, only one driver will claim they are the 2019 Daytona 500 champion. Now let's go take a look at your drivers to watch for, brought to you by DC Solar. DC Solar, the next wave in solar energy. Kurt Busch has absolutely been on a tear this year in Speedway. Repeat what he did in 2011 when he won the Clash and his respective dual race. Kurt Busch is one race away from writing NASCAR history. Will he be the first to sweep the entire Speedweeks? We'll have to find out if he wins the Daytona 500. Kyle Larson is coming off of a championship season, and all eyes are on Larson to see if he will defend, but don't get your hopes up. He's got to survive the super speedways, and nobody is certain if Kyle Larson will survive the super speedways. So will he survive the Daytona 500, or will he fall apart in another super speedway race? When Neon Racing bought the number 5 car from Hinchcliffe Motorsports, rumors were flying around left and right about which driver would get the number 5 car. It was announced in the offseason that Ross Chastain would be picked up and signed by Neon Racing to drive the 5 car with backing from Pepsi Max all season long. Will Chastain prove this move was a great idea, or will this move go down in flames? James Hinchcliffe was a long shot to make the Daytona 500, and he shocked everybody, now with a top 5 starting spot from finishing second in his respective Can-Am duel. How far will James Hinchcliffe go this season to prove that he belongs in NASCAR? And that will do it for the pre-race show. We now take you trackside for opening ceremonies, the national anthem, and the command to fire the engines to get the Great American Race going. Race fans, at this time we ask that you please rise and move your hands in a moment of silence to honor the fallen soldiers of our great nation. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now it's time for those famous words in motorsports. pit road. And now it's time to go take a look at the starting lineup. Brought to you by Nerf. It's Nerf or nothing. On the front row, starting on the full position will be Almirola. Next to him in second will be Nicole Beehard. Row 2, starting third will be Kurt Busch. Chase Elliott starts fourth. Row 3, James Hinchcliffe starts 5th. William Byron starts 6th. Row 4, Darrell Wallace Jr. starts 7th. Chase Briscoe starts 8th. Rounding out the top 10 in row 5, Kyle Larson starting 9th. Brian Reed starts 10th. Starting the race from row number 6 will be Ryan Blaney in 11th. Aric Almirola 12th. Row 7 has Colin Wood starting 13th. Jess Dogger starting 14th. Row 8, Trevor Bayne starts 15th, Paige Becker starts 16th. Row 9, starting 17th will be Ross Chastain, 18th, Ryan Keselowski. Rounding out the top 20 will be Jimmy Johnson in 19th, Jamie McMurray 20th. Starting the race in row 11, 21st, Matt Kenseth, 22nd, Joey Logano. Row 12 has Ty Majeski starting 23rd, Alex Bowman 24th. Row 13, Scott Speed starts 25th, 26th, Daniel Henry. Row 14, starting 27th will be Martin Truex Jr., 28th, Kyle Busch. Rounding out the top 30 and 29th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Tyler Reddick starts 30th. Rounding out the field today in 31st will be Kevin Harvick. And here's a look at your onboard cameras. Chase Elliott carries the Napa onboard camera. Kurt Busch will carry the Haas CNC onboard camera. Ross Chastain will carry the Pepsi Max onboard camera. And Scott Speed will carry the Altel Energy onboard camera. Carl Edwards will carry the Dodge Dealers onboard camera. He'll be joined by Paige Decker with the Excite Batteries onboard camera. They will be joined by Ryan Wick with the KingParts.net onboard camera. And Aric Almirola will carry the Smithfield onboard camera. Focus on that Smithfield! Trevor Bayne carries the Advocare onboard camera. He'll be joined by Martin Truex Jr. with the Bass Pro Shops onboard camera. Kyle Busch carries the M&M's onboard camera. And finally, Matt Kenseth carries the D-Wall Tools onboard camera. And this is it. The Great American Race is about to get underway. Connor, you have the honors. We have waited a long time, folks. The pace car rolls in. Green flag flies through the air and away we go. We're racing in the Great American Race. Elliott Joy leads the field through turn 1. Everybody scrambles double file now. Here comes Kurt Busch. Getting out on jump. Now he's got to dive to the inside with Bubba Wallace and James Hinchcliffe behind him. 3 wide going into turn 3. They roll through turns 3 and 4. Elliott Joy up the stripe, up the triangle, and leads lap number 1. Elliott Joy leads the first lap of the Great American Race. Here comes Kurt Busch with help from James Hinchcliffe on the inside. Great push from Hinchcliffe on the inside. 3 wide for the lead. Behind Kurt Busch side by side. 3 wide as they head up through the triangle. They're gonna get to lap 3. Kurt Busch leads the way. Kurt Busch continues to lead here in Daytona. Here comes James Hinchcliffe with help from Bubba Wallace to the inside. James Hinchcliffe to the lead. Fans on their feet as James Hinchcliffe is going to lead this lap off turn 4 through the triangle. And Ty Majeski goes for a spin. Ty Majeski goes for a spin, and that brings out the first caution of the season. Watch what happens to Ty Majeski. He snaps loose off turn number 4, slides through the infield grass. Luckily, there was no damage to his car, so he will be able to keep going. Pace car back in here on lap number 6. Pace car rolls in. Here comes James Hinchcliffe. He's going to lead us to the green flag. It's back in there. We're back underway here in Daytona. James Hinchcliffe leads the field. Now Beehard's going to take the lead away. Side by side now 3 wide as Bubba Wallace is going to try and take the lead. Not going to have it. Kurt Busch having none of it as he'll shove Beehard to the lead as the lights come on here in Daytona. Beehard is going to lead lap number 6. Lap 7 on the board as they head through turns 1 and 2. No joy taking the trouble. Kyle Larson goes for a spin. Kyle Larson goes for a spin, and that will bring out the second caution of the night. Take a look at what happens to Kyle Larson. He just snaps loose, and he just went for an absolute spin. Okay, folks, pit road's open here on lap number 8. A flurry of teams are electing to make stops here. Kelly, what's going on pit road?
Thank you guys. Ty Majeski's going to my section of pit road saying that the car is absolutely tight, and he needs it to be loosened up. So they're taking out some air pressure for the start of the green flag runs. 4 tires of fuel. Once the car from Ty Majeski's crew chief, they give him a clean tire on top of the sound of the fuel. He's gone. Kyle Larson rolls in and tells crew chief Chad Johnston that after the spin, he'll need 4 fresh tires. So that's what they're gonna do. Johnston also making some slight air pressure adjustments to Larson's tires. So they're gonna give him a clean tire on top of the fuel. Send him on his way. Scott Speed coming in telling his crew chief that the car is absolutely loose. So basically, what the crew chief is going to add track bar and wedge to help him out and add some air pressure on this one. Clean up, give him a clean tire on top of the sound of the fuel, send him on his way. Finally, in my section of pit road, Paige Decker came in telling her crew chief that this car is way too fast. No changes will be made. 4 tires and fuel is the call. So they are working right now
Ah, thanks, Kelly. Right now, Carl Edwards telling his crew chief Bob Osborne that the car is a rocket ship on the rails, but however, it is slightly loose in turn 3, so they're going to give him some crack bar and wedge to tighten up the car. They give him a clean tear off, 4 tires and fuel, top him off with Sunoco fuel, send Carl Edwards on his way. Chase Elliott came into pit road telling crew chief Alan Gustafson that the car is absolutely on rails. No changes needed. So all they're going to do is 4 tires and fuel. They're going to give Chase Elliott a clean tear off, top him off with Sunoco fuel. They drop the jack and Chase Elliott is on his way. Ross Chastain, the rookie over at Neon Racing, telling his team that the car is loose in the turns and he needs it to be tightened up. So they're going to add track bar and wedge adjustment, throw in some rubber on the left and right sides. They give him a clean tear off and they will send Ross Chastain on his way. Finally, in my section of pit road, Kurt Busch telling crew chief Billy Scott that his car is absolutely great and that they need a flawless stop here. So they're going to give Kurt Busch 4 tires and fuel. They give Kurt Busch a clean tear off. They drop the jack and they send Kurt Busch on his way. Let's go to Tyler. Alright, thanks guys. It's such an honor to be here at Daytona International Speedway for the Great American Race. Right now, Martin Truex Jr. has gone on the radio with Cole Pern saying that as before he came into pit road that the car was evil tight. So they made some wedge adjustments, track bar adjustments, 4 tires, topped him off with fuel and gave him a clean tear off, sent him on his way. Matt Kenseth telling crew chief Jason Ratcliffe that this car is absolutely loose in 1 and 2. So what they're doing is they're going to go up on track bar, 4 tires and fuel. The car, they give Matt Kenseth a clean tear off, then they top him off with Sunoco fuel, send him on his way. Teammate Kyle Busch telling crew chief Adam Rogers that his car is absolutely fine, no changes needed, so 4 tires and fuel for the number 18 M&M's Toyota Camry. They give him a clean tear off, top him off with Sunoco fuel, and send him on his way. Finally, in my section of pit road, you have Aric Almirola for American Hero Racing. He told his crew chief that the car was absolutely fine. So they're going to do 4 tires and fuel for Aric Almirola's number 10 Smithfield Ford Fusion. They race around to the left side, they top him off with Sunoco fuel, clean the tear off, and send him on his way. Now on to Zach. And thank you guys, Ryan Reed has come in and telling crew chief Chris Gale that his car is absolutely on rails. Whatever adjustments they made in final practice are working, so 4 tires and fuel, top him off with Sunoco fuel, give him a fresh clean off, and they will send Ryan Reed's number 32 Ford Fusion on his way. Trevor Bayne coming in telling his crew chief that the car was absolutely perfect during that entire run. So with the crew chief just said 4 tires and fuel, they give him 4 tires and fuel, top him off with Sunoco fuel, they give him Trevor Bayne a fresh clean off, with a fresh tear off, and he's on his way. And finally, Alex Bowman on pit road. He told crew chief Greg Ives that his car was absolutely fine except for being loose in 1 and 2. So what they're doing is taking out some track bar and wedge. They gave him 4 tires of fuel, topped him off with Sunoco fuel, clean tear off, and sent Alex Bowman on his way. And here is the Alpine Stars NASCAR Cup Series race off pit road, brought to you by Advocare. Alex Bowman was the first car off. Tom Majeski rolls off second. Kyle Busch third. Ryan Reed fourth. Matt Kenseth fifth. Paige Decker sixth. Seventh Scott Speed. Eighth Trevor Bayne. Ninth Aric Almirola. Martin Truex Jr. rolls off 10th. And here we go. It'll be lap 10 restart. Alan Muccioli and Nicole Behar will lead us to the green flag. The pace car rolls onto pit road. Muccioli and Behar lead us to the green flag. The fans on their feet as the green flag flies once again here at Daytona. Great push from Chase Briscoe for Alan Muccioli. Now here comes James Hinchcliffe with help from Julian Byron. And Behar's got help from Bubba Wallace on the outside. 3 wide, 2 rows deep for the lead. Now they make it 3 wide, 3 rows deep, 4 rows deep. Behar's going to lead that lap. They head back through the tri-oval. They head through trouble. 1 car upside down. Stenhouse Jr. collects 5 others. And that'll bring out the caution for the 3rd time tonight. 6 car pileup. Watch what happens to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. A tire goes down. He goes for a flip. Allgaier, McMurray, Reddick, Hemrick, and Harvick had nowhere to go. Hemrick's team fiercely working on that car, so we'll get you updated on that. Meanwhile, green flag will fly here on lap 14. Alright, pace car rolls in. Nicole Behar's going to lead us to the green flag. It's back in the air. We're back underway. No cars went up and down to the pit road underneath that last caution. So Byron's going to get help from Chase Briscoe as they make it 3-1 for the lead once again. Now they're 3 wide, 4 rows, 5 rows, 6 rows deep. And now they make it 4 wide as Chase Briscoe will take the lead. Chase Briscoe and Alex Bowman to the point on a 4 wide move. On the inside, here comes Matt Kenseth. He's got the lead. Now how long will he hold on? Kenseth slides up to the middle of the racetrack. Almirola goes through 3 and 4 on the inside, gets in a run, and the lead with help from Ross Chastain. Lap 16 on the board. Here they go back down to the trial. Almirola to the point. Now he slides up in front of Matt Kenseth. That opens the door for Ross Chastain, but not for long. Here comes Kyle Larson and Trevor Bayne. They make it 4 wide again. Larson to the lead with Trevor Bayne. 2 cars tandem on the inside line. Larson leads lap 16. Lap 17 18 on the board. Now there are 9 laps to go. Fans on their feet as Larson and Chastain put on a spirited battle for the lead. Now Chastain has the lead as they roll through 3. Rolling through turns 3 and 4. Ross Chastain has the whole field behind him as he leads that lap. Lap 17 goes to Chastain. 7 laps to go here in Daytona. They're 4 wide with Carl Edwards on the inside with help from Ryan Reed. They go, now here comes Ryan Reed to push Carl Edwards to the lead. Edwards will lead lap 19, 18. 7 laps to go here in Daytona as Ryan Reed leads the field. Here comes Chase Elliott on the inside with help from Jimmy Johnson and others. Now Elliott's going to hold on to the inside line. He'll hold the inside line down, roll through 3 and 4, up the driveway. Fans go ballistic as Chase Elliott leads that lap. 6 laps to go here in Daytona. 19 down, rolling through turns 1 and 2. Jimmy Johnson holding up there. Here comes Kyle Majeski to try and take the lead. But don't hold your breath. Here comes Truex Jr. with help from Scott Speed in the middle lane. They go 3 wide for the lead once again. And now Truex will lead lap 20. 5 laps to go here in Daytona. Fans on their feet. Scott Speed down the middle. He's got to run. He'll take the lead with help from Kyle Larson. He'll take the lead with help from Kyle Larson. Now he goes to the inside and flex Chase. I think that's a great move on his part. They roll through 4. Trouble. Nicole B. Harding. Trevor Bayne. Ryan Reed and Carl Edwards involved. 4-car melee brings out the 4th caution of the race. Watch what happens to Nicole B. Her tire goes down. Trevor Bayne, Ryan Reed, and Carl Edwards have nowhere to go. Kenseth and Almirola bring their cars to a stop and roll on by. It's going to be money stop time here on lap 22. Many teams are electing to make one final stop. Kelly, take it away on pit road.
Thank you guys. Watch Chastain came on the right section of pit road telling his crew chief that the car was absolutely brilliant during that run, and they even led a lap. So the crew chief seeing 4 strikes from this 5 team, all speed weeks long. 4 tires of fuel, clean tear off for Chastain. They sent him on his way. Teammate Chase Briscoe led a lap during that segment as well. He told his crew chief that the car was absolutely brilliant. So it's the same call for both neon racing cars in the back end of pit road. 4 tires of fuel, clean tear, clean windshield for Chase Briscoe. Top up with some Sunoco fuel, send him on his way. Alex Bowman absolutely telling Greg Eyes that the car was whatever adjustments they did on that last up, they worked. So no touches this time around. 4 tires of fuel for the 88 Chevrolet up from Hendrick Motorsport. Clean windshield for Bowman, top him up with Sunoco fuel, and send the 88 on his way. And finally, Chase Elliott telling crew chief Alex Gustafson that the car is absolutely brilliant. They actually did take the lead during that segment, during that run. So all they're going to do are 4 tires of fuel, clean tail for Chase Elliott, top him up with Sunoco fuel. Now they jacked up and they send the 24 on his way, Calvin.
And thank you, Kelly. Brad Keselowski comes on to my section of pit road telling Paul Wolf that whatever adjustments they made to this car in final practice, they have worked. So all they are going to do are 4 tires and fuel. The crew works around to the left side, clean off the windshield, top them up with some other fuel, and send Keselowski on his way. Keselowski's teammate, Joe Logano, whatever changes they made to that car, they have absolutely worked for him, as Logano tells crew chief Todd Gordon, don't touch the race car. 4 tires and fuel is the call. They give him a clean windshield, top him off with Sunoco fuel, and send the 22 on its way. Ryan Blaney and his crew chief, Jeremy Bolins, have told that we're talking about the car. Blaney said that the car is absolutely great. 4 tires of fuel, so it looks like the Penske cars and their affiliate are running great and have been doing great. Clean windshield, top oil, and fuel, send him on his way. Finally, American Hero Racing's Aric Almirola came in with the number 10 Ford Fusion, telling his crew chief that whatever adjustments they made to the car, I don't know if they worked, but they are absolutely tight. So they're going to take out some crack bar wedge to see if that'll help Almirola. They give him a clean windshield, top him off with fuel, send him on his way. Now we go to Tyler. And thank you guys. 3 cars are on my section of pit road. Kurt Busch's number 41 team came in. He told crew chief Billy Scott that if they are to win, they need 4 fresh tires. So that was the call from Billy Scott as well. 4 tires and fuel, clean off the windshield, give top oil with fuel, and send Kurt Busch on his way. Matt Kenseth coming in telling crew chief Jason Ratcliffe that the number 20 Toyota Camry is on the rails. 4 tires and fuel. They race around to the left side. Oh, and the Jackman slips! The Jackman slips! He gets the car up, but that's going to be very costly when they stop. So they get Matt Kenseth on his way after cleaning up the windshield. William Byron coming in telling crew chief Darian Grubb, actually, that the car was absolutely horrible. Tank 1 and 2, Larson 3 and 4, they made quick adjustments, tear off Sunoco fuel 4 tires, and they sent him on his way. Let's go to Zach. And thank you, Tyler. Jimmy Johnson comes into my section of pit road, telling crew chief Chad Canals that the car is absolutely great. Chad Canals says 4 tires and fuel, they give him a clean tear off, top him up with Sunoco fuel, and send the 48 Chevrolet on its way. Kyle Larson tells crew chief Chad Johnston that whatever adjustments they teammate to that car and that last pit stop. They worked. No changes needed. 4 tires and fuel to call from Johnston. They give Kyle Larson a clean tear-off. They top him off with Sunoco fuel. They drop the car off the jack and send the 42 Chevrolet on its way. Almirola, the pole sitter for this race, absolutely coming in, telling his crew chief that 4 tires are needed if they want to win this race. So it's a 4-tire fuel stop for the number 68 Neon Racing Hot Wheels Chevrolet. They give Allen a clean tear-off. They top him off with Sunoco fuel. Car off the jack. He's down and away. And here is the Alpine Stars NASCAR Series race-off. Pit Road brought to you by Advocare. Almirola wins the race off pit road. Kurt Busch second. Jimmie Johnson third. Kyle Larson fourth. Joey Logano fifth. 6th, Chase Elliott. Matt Kenseth, 7th off pit road. William Byron, 8th off pit road. Aric Almirola, 9th. Alex Bowman rolls off of pit road, 10th. And here we go. It is crunch time here in Daytona. Scott Speed will lead us to the lap 24 restart. There will be 2 laps to go. Pace car rolls in. They roll through the triangle. Scott Speed and Truex Jr. lead us to the green flag. It's back in the air. We're back underway. Scott Speed will lead us to turn 1. Kurt Busch leads the Chevrolets. And on the inside, that includes Daniel Hemrick, who returns to the raceway. Down the backstretch they go into turns number 3 and 4. They roll through 3 right now. On 4 through the triangle. Here comes Scott Speed. He will take the lead here on Daytona. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. 3 wide, multiple rows deep. Kurt Busch and Scott Speed side by side for the lead. Side by side for the lead. They roll down through turns 3 and 4. Scott Speed holds the lead. Kurt Busch takes it back on the inside. They're side by side still. It's gonna be close. It's anyone's race. Checkered flag in the air, and Kurt Busch wins the Daytona 500. And that will be his 2nd Daytona 500 since 2017. Kurt Busch won every event here. The Clash, the duels, and his respective dual race, and the Daytona 500. And he smokes them down in a big-time celebration. And look at Kurt Busch. He is absolutely having a field day out there. Kurt Busch rolls the car back to the front stretch. He'll celebrate with the fans for a brief moment, and now he takes the car to victory lane where the celebration is on. A big, hearty congratulations to Kurt Busch and the number 41 Stewart-Haas Racing Chevrolet SS team on their big win here in Daytona. And now it's time to go take a look at the unofficial race results for the Daytona 500. And here is your Daytona 500 unofficial race result. Kurt Busch won the race, leading 2 laps. Scott Speed finished 2nd. He led 4 laps. Kyle Larson finished 3rd. He led a lap. Tom Majeski finishes 4th. Martin Truex Jr. led a lap and finishes 5th. Chase Elliott led 1 lap, finishing 6th. Paige Decker finishes 7th. William Byron 8th. Darrell Wallace Jr. 9th. Rounding out the top 10 will be Kyle Busch. Alex Bowman finishes 11th. James Hinchcliffe 12th. 13th. Almirola led 4 laps. James Hinchcliffe led 3 laps. Jimmie Johnson finishes 14th. Brad Keselowski finishing 15th. Ross Chastain led a lap and finishes 16th. 17th, Joey Logano. 18th, Aric Almirola. 19th, Matt Kenseth. Ryan Blaney 20th. 21st, Chase Briscoe. He led a lap. Daniel Hemrick finished 22nd. 13 laps down. Nicole Behard led the most laps at 5, crashed out late in the race and finished 23rd. 24th, Trevor Bayne, Ryan Reed 25th, Carl Edwards 26th, 27th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 28th, Justin Allgaier 29th, Jamie McMurray, Taylor Reddick 30th, 31st, Kevin Harvick. And that will do it for the unofficial race results. Let's take a look at the point standings after race number 1 of the Alpine Stars NASCAR Cup Series new season. And here are the Alpine Stars NASCAR Cup Series points after race 1. The Daytona 500. Kurt Busch will lead the points with 32 points. Scott Speed will be 2nd. 3rd, Kyle Larson. 4th, Tom Majeski. 5th, Martin Truex Jr. 6th, Chase Elliott. 7th, Paige Decker. 8th, William Byron. 9th, Darrell Wallace Jr. 10th, Kyle Busch. 11th goes to Alex Bowman. 12th, James Hinchcliffe. 13th, Almirola. 14th, Jimmie Johnson. 15th, Brad Keselowski. Ross Chastain. 16th. 17th, Joey Logano. 18th, Aric Almirola. 19th, Matt Kenseth. 20th, Ryan Blaney. 21st, Chase Briscoe. 22nd, Nicole Behard. Daniel Hemrick. 23rd. 24th, Trevor Bayne. Ryan Reed. 25th. 26th, Carl Edwards. 27th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 28th, Justin Allgaier. 29th, Jamie McMurray. Tyler Reddick. 30th. 31st, Kevin Harvick. He'll be the last driver with points. 32nd, David Starr. 33rd, Austin Dillon. Landon Cassidy. 34th. 35th, Clint Boyer. Natalie Decker. 36th, Eric Jones. 37th. 38th, Jeremy Mayfield. 39th, Connor Daly. 40th, Alexander Rossi. 41st, Matt Tiff. 42nd, Simona Di Silvestro. 43rd, Reed Sorensen. Casey Atwood. 44th, Ryan Hunter-Ray. 45th. Christopher Bell rounds out the points in 46. The 2019 Alpine Stars NASCAR Cup Series season is now in full swing, and we thank you for watching the Daytona 500. When we meet up again, it'll be for the Sirius XM 400 at Motor City Speedway in Detroit, Michigan. So until we meet again then and there, on behalf of our camera crews, pit reporters, and my great co-hosts, Jack Roberts and Scott Miles, I'm Connor Speed, signing out for now, saying so long, and the good night, and like transmission ends now.